Look, welcome back to the Second Chance Media, which is like the 5th time I try recording this video, so we're just gonna make this as quickly as simply as possible. I don't know, maybe like a 10-minute video, but regardless, acceptance of who you are. Look, at the end of the day, you have one life. At the end of the day, you must be the one to decide how you want to be, who you want to be. Are you gonna let the past mistakes of your life, the opinions of others, the environment you grew up in, are you gonna let that be the dictator of who you are today, and more importantly, who you'll become tomorrow? Look, if you want to change your life, you want that desired second chance we all want, you have to learn to stop, take a step back, look at your situation, and ask yourself, are these beliefs you hold yours? Do you believe that you are ugly, uglier than a duckling, just because someone else has told you that all your life? Look, for most of the people out there, the things you don't like about yourself, the things you think yourself are ugly for, you can fix. Go on a diet, lose some weight, work out, brush your teeth, comb your hair, find a hairstyle that works, find clothes that work, find a personality. Stop getting angry over anything. Learn to control your emotions. I understand that some people have emotional regulations issues, anger issues, etc. I understand, but you still have to learn to find a way to manage those feelings and emotions. Look, and there's more. Look, if you're hurt and you're tired, you need someone to talk to. Do the adult thing and find someone to talk to. Look, I know some people make it seem like talking about your feelings is a weakness. I know for us men, that's a very common saying to hear. That expressing your emotions, anything other than anger, is unacceptable and makes you weak. Even expressing anger, if it's not for the benefit of others, it's downright, it's just terrible. I get it. They grew up in broken homes and they too never realized that they could actually change and learn differences. Look, a lot of studies has been done on the human nature, the psychology of things, and how we can manage emotions and etc. Look, but let's get back on topic. Your self-esteem comes from your identity that you hold today. The beliefs that you have that most likely came from other people. If you notice those with the highest level of confidence and self-esteem, like no matter what happens, nothing is like able to break them. Those are the people who have spent years digging through the ideas and opinions of others that were given to them. Even the environments that they had to become people that they themselves never want to be again. But due to their environment, they had to become certain versions of themselves for a limited time. They don't have to be it for the forever. Some people get lost in that. They forget that they don't have to continue being the person that never cares, the person that never smiles, the person that does nothing but work, and never does anything for themselves or for others. Look, I get it. You want to work on yourself. You believe that if you do put in all this work, all this effort, you're going to get the girl, you're going to get the guy, you're going to get the job, you can get everything you want because everything's just going to naturally attract to you because you've done all this fucking work. Look. A lot of those people who are telling you to do all this and that, they're telling you to do it with your eyes closed. Look, if you're not looking, opportunities are just going to pass you by. You have to be willing to pivot. You have to be willing to open your eyes and pay attention to the things around you. You have to be. It's like they say, I could tell someone that, I'm looking for a relationship. That's, you can't be looking. You can't be looking. You can't be anything. You can't care about it. You can't want nothing. You can't. It's like, that's just not how it works. Don't be obsessed. Correct. When you're obsessed with something, you will miss out on the good stuff. You should be looking because you should be keeping your eye out for the opportunities that can present yourself. Look, especially for some women, they get all the guys coming to them, but they have to keep an eye out for the good ones. For some guys, it's the same thing. They get all the women, but they just have to keep their eyes out for the good one. But for a lot of people, you have to make a move. You have to be looking out for an opportunity. Because now in the dating world, it's all about hints. No one wants to talk to, no one wants to face rejection. I understand. Rejection can be scary, it can be painful, but it's a lesson worth living. It's something worth it. Unless they're just crazy, then that's a whole different story. I mean, that's not much you can do. You never know. You never do. But that's just how it be sometimes. Yeah. Self-esteem. Look, you can either live in a life of delusion where you don't have any self-accountability, you run from all your problems, or you can accept who you are today so you can become a better you tomorrow. It's just that simple. Accountability, that is a big thing. Accountability. That's an interesting one. It seems like a lot of people don't like accountability. You'll notice too, because you'll be talking. We all have that person that we work with where it's like everything is everyone else's fault. And like if they do it, it's okay. It's a joke. It's not a problem. But let someone else do it, then they're just angry. It doesn't make any sense. I believe that's what you call the victimhood mentality, but don't get me quoted on that one. Yeah. Life can be rough. Life requires a lot of you don't know what you don't know. So you gotta learn what you don't know so you do know, but you can't, but it's hard to figure out what you need to learn because you don't know what you don't know. Life makes no sense. We're all doing this for the first time. You gotta give grace to people. But at some point, if they haven't learned it by 50, I mean, I don't think they're going to learn it at all. I don't think so. I think this is just going to be a shorter episode today. I think so. I think today's just going to be a shorter episode. It really is. Yep. Alright. That's it.